Hello, Candice Oneida here, and in this week's episode I am here to talk about 3 secrets for how to surrender. Surrender is such a feminine concept. It is in fact potentially one of the most feminine things in terms of the feminine polarity. And a learning or a relearning of surrender is such an important part of you learning how to exercise and stretch yourself into the feminine polarity, and how you can then ultimately get everything that you want from life. Now, the first thing I really want to say here about the word surrender is how much it has been maligned and misunderstood. Surrender is not defeat. Surrender is the opposite of defeat. Surrender is such a powerful, beautiful thing. Surrender is both an orientation of your body and your spirit, your soul. So as a woman, you need to know about surrender. You need to wonder about it. Be curious. Feel that part inside you that has this, I wonder what it's like to really be surrendered. Now, surrender can be surrendered to something or someone, or it can really just be this learning of surrender inside of yourself. Surrender to the divine, surrendering to the flow of life. Surrender cannot remain a theoretical concept. Surrender is something that you do. It's an action inside you. It is an action that is a female type of will. It's a female action in terms of your energy. So, how do you surrender? The first secret, lean back. Now, I just did that with my body, but as you learn to do it with your body, you learn to do it with your energy and your spirit. This is the opposite of leaning in or leaning forward, which, as you know, when you work with me, there is time and place for both. There's time to be in your masculine and there's time to be in your feminine. This is the opposite of leaning in or leaning forward, being directional, taking action, being in the front and center. This is the man mode thing, where there's always being filled in, there's always doing things, there's always gaps being filled. This is a leaning back, a creating space inside yourself for the divine and the flow of life to come toward you. It's a handing over of that steering wheel of that Ferrari of yours to something else for a little while. The second secret, let go. So you've just leaned back, now you let go. That can mean practically letting go of goals, expectations for a little bit, ideas, thoughts, beliefs. Let them go for a bit. Oh, what a relief. You mean I can let go for a little bit? Yes, you can. Let go. Let go. Drop everything. Lean back. Drop in. What a relief. You're gonna love it. So you need to try this. The third secret for how to surrender is to then wait and be patient. I told you at the beginning of this video I wasn't the most patient person in the world, but a lot of that impatience wasted me a whole heap of time. I've done a whole video on female decision making. I encourage you to click on that and have a look at it. But in the reference to surrender, when we've leaned back and we've let go, then there's this orientation of our energy and our body becomes like a vessel into which we can open and wait for things to come into it. Rather than us going out and filling in all the gaps, we become this vessel, this huge, big, receptive, juicy vessel full of life, waiting for things to come toward it. This takes a certain type of patience and faith and trust. A type of trust and faith that can only come by doing it, okay? Again, surrender cannot remain theoretical. You have to try this for a bit and then see what happens. I know when I first started doing this, I would try it and then I'd wait, I don't know, a few minutes or a few hours, but I wouldn't wait long enough. My impatience would jump on in. I'd take the wheel back on my Ferrari and I'd start driving her again. Let somebody else drive for a bit. Let something else drive for a bit. And you just have to get used to creating a little bit more time and a little bit more space. This is another example of, frankly, when things start to speed up, the more you let go, the more happens, the more you speed up. Now this week, I really encourage you to implement the 3 steps. Leave some comments below. I'd love a thumbs up for the video if you liked it. Comments and experiences. Share it with the community. Remember, another essential thing about the feminine is sharing in community. Everybody gets up-leveled by everybody else's experience. So put a comment, ask a question. I'm very active in the channel. I'd love to respond to you. And remember, when you go out there and shine and have the courage to do that, you give others permission to do the same. So go out there and shine this week.